Hello, I'm Jonathan Christian, lead mobile applications engineer here at AprilAire, and we are excited to talk about our next app installment, version 2.12. And you may have seen a smaller video that was a little bit less detailed than this one will be about the new features that will be coming out in this app. So this video will be a little bit more detailed, talking about the next features in app 2.12. So we have two new exciting enhancements and a bug fix. First of all, we have Find a Pro. We have historical sensor data and a weather bug fix that was affecting our customers. So let's talk about Find a Pro. When the relationship between the homeowner and the trade professional strengthened, AprilAire succeeds. And we want to strengthen an ongoing relationship between a homeowner and their selected HealthyAire Pro of choice. So anyone in the app who is a manager can now search a list and update their location's HealthyAire Pro with this new feature. The ability is basically to search for a list of professionals nearby you based upon the customer's address, or as previously seen in app releases prior to this, is they can still enter the information manually. So from the left-hand side menu, contractor info has been renamed to HealthyAire Pro. You'll see that in the next slide. And this can happen anytime the contractor or the customer can update the information anytime they would like to. So here's a visual about how to get to Find a Pro. We have the menu icon on the top. They tap that, the side menu appears. We have HealthyAire Pro. This was renamed from contractor info. We hope that this is a better name. It follows what the website has, so we're branded on with the website. And you'll see that there's a little red dot there, and that will be displayed if the customer hasn't entered a HealthyAire Pro with this new feature. So it'll tell the user, hey, you have some action to do here. Please check it out. So when a user taps on that HealthyAire Pro, they'll be greeted with either of the two pages. The first page is if no HealthyAire Pro was ever selected. It means there's no information about previously called contractor in the app. So that is what that page would look like. The second page here is more or less what they would see if they had one manually entered. They wouldn't get the map. The map is new. That's when you selected a HealthyAire Pro, you will be able to see the street address of the Pro. You also get the title, the phone number, the email address, and we have implemented directions. So if you tap that, it will take you to either Google or Android's in-map feature, so you can then start turn-by-turn directions to get to your Pro. And with the button on the bottom, you can still be able to manually update the Pro. You'll see on that on the next slide, or you can go to the map page, which will be in the next slide as well. So at the top was the previous screen from the previous slide, and you can see that there are two options. When you change HealthyAire Pro, you can enter it manually on the right, and you can go to the map page on the left here. On the map page, you can view all the HealthyAire Pros around you. So we will load the page up based upon the location in the app that's the user created, and we will load markers up according to that zip code. So you can also enter a street address and search for a different location if you'd like. It will show up to 40 results for HealthyAire Pros. And you can also filter based upon the equipment, such as humidification, dehumidification, and like fresh air ventilation and radon. So you can filter down the results, or if you want one pro to handle all of those things, you can make sure that you have assigned one that follows the criteria that you need. Once selecting a HealthyAire Pro, there's a lot of benefits around the app that will be noticeable to the customer. As you can see here, we have the ability to purchase air filters, and we also have the ability to purchase water panels. Those were in previous releases of the app. Now, when you try to purchase from somewhere else, you can also see that your landmark heating and cooling contractor is also an option. So you can contact them and say, I'm looking for this air filter. Could you help install it for me, and I'll purchase from you. So again, data, analytics. So in addition to an individual generating the search for a pro on healthier.com, they can now do it from the app. And since they can do it from the app, they can get the HVAC guy can now get insights of how many people selected me as my pro, how many people are using my information, how many people are calling me. We now are able to store that information and be able to give stats and information to the Healthy Air Pro on that kind of information. It also can create an incentive for them to be able to get as many customers as possible choosing them, and that will benefit both them and the customer because of this. So before, app users needed to know their contractor info and entered it manually, and no one really bothered to do this. Now, it's with a click of a button, you can add your pro and you're all set. The contractor info, as I said earlier, was only seen in really one area on the same page, but now that information is able to use throughout the app. Find a Pro leads were one-offs when inquisitive homeowners came to our website. So now we can be passively get their name and phone number and everything, and we can figure out how many homeowners actually selected that Pro in their app as their Pro. Historical sensor data is our next major feature for this app release, and data is the new gold. Everyone wants data. Everyone wants to see data about what's going on in their system. So this is going to be a big, crucial thing for AprilAire, and adding these features such as sensors and Wi-Fi history will not only help contractors, but customers and also AprilAire internally. Customers have a lot of devices with additional sensors, and they want to see the information of their sensors. This is something that we haven't had in the app. We've only had the ability to set the sensor in the scheduling page to which one to control at that period of time in this schedule. So anyone who has an AprilAire thermostat, especially S86 users, they have wireless indoor and outdoor sensors. They want to be able to see the value of those sensors, humidity and temperature. And they also want to see the history maybe a week out or 30 days out to see if how much of a temperature humidity change has occurred during that period of time. So this will be at the bottom of the thermostat homepage, and anytime you want to see these values, you can now tap that button and be able to see everything at a glance. So how to get to the sensors page? There we added a new icon. It's at the bottom on the thermostat homepage. If you tap that icon, it will take you to a list that will show you all the sensors connected for that device. The historical sensor data will look like this. As you can see here, we have a list showing all the available sensors for this thermostat. The indoor average right now is in use, so controlling will have a darker blue color. The other sensors will have a lighter blue color, and ones that have an issue or a problem, they will be an orange color. The sensor summaries have temperature and humidity depending upon if they show or display that information. And inactive sensors are listed in a dimmed out color. They are there so the customer knows that the sensor exists, but it isn't active for a particular reason. And they can go into the sensor details on the next slide in order to see why. Here's our sensor details page. As you can see, you can review the sensor name and its current readings, humidity and temperature, and also battery level, since this one this is a wireless sensor. You'll see that it has a warning as a low battery on the sensor, so you can tap to fix that and do any recommended action that is required to do that. We have temperature, humidity, battery, and signal strength of the sensor as a graph, so you'll be able to get daily, weekly, and monthly information of each of those categories. There's also details about the sensor, which will provide valuable information talking about the status, the firmware, and what kind of mode and type it is. So this is all very detailed information that'll be great for the customer about their sensors. So in addition to sensor data, we also added the ability to see your Wi-Fi signal strength. And this is going to be helpful to diagnose connectivity issues and be able to see the historical data of a customer's thermostat's connectivity to their router in the cloud. So from the thermostat homepage in settings, you can tap the Wi-Fi signal strength and it'll take you to a similar graph that you saw earlier with sensors with the ability to show 1 day, 7 days, and 30 days of historical data. And we also fixed a problem our customers were facing with our weather updating issue. Basically, the weather wouldn't update in the morning. So when customers would try to fetch their weather around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, they would get the weather from the previous day. We've now fixed that issue so customers can enjoy the benefit of getting their weather at a constant rate.